Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Blakert CS channel. It's been a while since I've done that one, huh? But it is the opening day of ESEA Season 56. And speaking of opening day, we're taking a look at Open 910, where Mavrek has actually picked up a new roster. And this new flock of birds to the sky is pretty interesting. We see Arkham, Bernie Promod, JJ, Shock, and Honesty. I'm going to be looking down at my notes real quick because, like I said, new squad. Arkham is at 2,000 elo, averages a 1.1 HLTV rating in the pugs, and actually has a little bit of history with his opponent tonight. Mavrek or Arkham on the side of Mavrek has previously played for Sleepers. And more specifically, Arkham is ex-teammates of Steel and Amadeus on the other side, so maybe some bad blood between these teams, or maybe even Arkham looking to prove a point to his ex-team. On the side of Sleepers, we have Amadeus, Steel, Toast, MZS, and Chipper. Realistically, the main person of impact or the main person to watch on the side of the Sleepers is going to be MDS, I think, or MZS. Sorry, I'm used to the advanced player MDS, but MZS on the side of the Sleepers has 2,700 elo, and has no ESEA League experience, which is really an interesting point for me. Like I said, 2,700 elo, averages 1.16 HLTV in his basic career. So a lot of expectations to be met there. Toast is an XDXG Omega member. On the side of Mavrek, though, like I mentioned, we have Bernie Promod, who is ex-Gabagool and ex-Death by Gamers. Some prevalent rosters in the North American, I'd say, main and IM space. We have JJ, who's 2,500 elo, which is actually one of the main standouts for the new Mavrek roster for me, who's ex-Reign Above Academy, Reign Above being one of the prominent teams in Advanced and even in the top rankings, I'd say, of North America at this point, because we're constantly seeing them at LAN. And we also see Shock and Honesty. Honesty is a little bit lacking in the elo rating, I'd say, but also has no league XP, so it's going to be a big coming out party for the side of Mavrek, and we're heading straight into it. It's Dust 2. And Mavrek, I believe, have lost that knife round, so the Sleepers will be on the CT, and this is going to be an aim duel for the lifetime. I talk about it all the time, how maps like Dust 2, Mirage, and even sometimes Train are heavy on the aim duels, and we're seeing that already. Steel through lower B is able to take out Bernie, but JJ immediately on the trade is willing to give up the space as well, and you can also see Honesty being a little bit patient. That bomb needs to make a little bit of an exit, and MZS finds JJ. Toast finds his as well on towards Honesty, and it's a 4v2. Flashbang rings out. Shock's good for one headshot, but Amadeus cleans it up. Arkham's now in this 1v3, looking to get some chip damage out. As we mentioned, a little bit of a rivalry, some bad blood. Double swing comes in. Arkham's chipped down to 38 HP, but he gets the 1v1 and can't come out on top. So the Sleepers take the pistol round, find themselves their first round. And I mentioned it. I feel like it's going to be a matter of the team play and a matter of the raw aim in terms of this matchup. Dust 2 is definitely one of those maps that encourages the aim duels, whether it's down mid or whether it's out towards long. And Sleepers are looking to take advantage of that early on. We see 3 M4A1Ss, FAMAS in the hands of Toast. And if I had to guess, Chipper was going to be heading towards his B site. And my guess would be proven right. Chipper's going to look to play close car with that MP9. MZS is going to have a free spray down, though, from back flat. Pops it without the USP, but lets Chipper swing instead and finds 2 kills. So MZS, although he found 3, allows the MP9 to make some money. And Mavrek should have somewhat of a buy here. We'll see AKs and Galils across the board. But a quick 2 rounds. A quick first 2 rounds, and as I mentioned, Sleepers have a little bit of chemistry and prior experience together. Amadeus and Steel, both playing together in Season 54. Alongside Arkham. See a little bit of a passive default coming out from the side of Mavrek. Mid-doors smoke finally blooms, but no pressure behind it. Lower control has been seized by Bernie, looking to take a little bit more of this forward presence, resmoke towards doors as well. Will actually allow Bernie to creep up towards Catwalk if he so pleases. But look at this posture that the Sleepers have. MZS MZS posted all the way outside long doors. Has 2 players on this A bomb site to help bolster down this defense. So if Chipper or Amadeus go down, there's an opportunity for the Mavericks to fly swiftly. Markham with that bomb is so cautious of that house push, but the DB smoke finally makes its home. Steel and Chipper are going to be here to receive any contact that comes their way, but Steel narrowly avoids his death. Oh, a little bit of a missed pre-fire from Shock. Toast is still trying to hold the line. Walkout smoke is dropped. Bernie's going to look to lead the charge. Toast is here to catch the rebound. MZS finds the first. Shock finds a trade, but the trades are effective for Mavrek. They found themselves in a 3v2. Shock's dropped down to 5 HP, drops that cross smoke, which will be so effective on denying any rotations from CT, but it won't matter. Both remaining CTs coming up towards Catwalk. Honesty can't connect the shot, so Amadeus comes out on top. 2v2. Shock still with 5 HP is going to be really in danger when this retake goes underway. Shock is going to have to really try to prevent any of these rotations from Catwalk. Shots are missed. JJ is going to be now this point of pressure, but Chipper's able to take him down. Chipped him slowly away. Shock now in this 1v1. 5 HP. AK in the hands of Chipper. The jump shot comes out. Chipper's bringing around the Rosie, but Shock with 5 HP collects 4 kills, led his team out onto this A bomb site, and was able to secure the round. And Mavrek find their first round. It was essentially a long waiting game for Shock. Patience is what prevails. It's great to see early on as well, trying to test the patience of the sleepers, forcing them to really come in to force these gunfights upon themselves. Combo of mid-utility. Steel tries to create a little bit of confusion by extinguishing that Molotov. So it will require Mavrek to expend a little bit more utility. Amadeus does get spotted on that cross towards Catwalk. But it feels like the sleepers are playing heavy towards A, and if Mavrek are able to slowly find this out with this default, then I definitely think that there's an opportunity for Mavrek to start repeatedly hitting this B side, because the only person that seems to be home for the sleepers is Toast, but the pressure's going to be on towards MZS. The player that I mentioned has a lot of expectations, and he meets them all. 2 great headshots, is able to hold down long. Is gifted an AK for his troubles. I think a little bit of a missed input. Shot the gun instead of picking it up. That's going to leave the rest of Mavrek trying to creep up towards long. Chipper's able to find the head of Bernie Promod, and so now it's a 2v5. Sleepers have been able to realistically chip away at this Mavrek attack. MZS able to come out on top of this, pull out towards long. A little bit of a deep walkout smoke for the side of Mavrek. Results in 2 easy kills for the side of the sleepers, and a 3rd round as well. Only 1 AK-47 recovered for the side of the sleepers. But on the side of Mavrek, frags are not coming the way that you want them to. Shock doing a majority of the heavy lifting in the 1 round that they've won. But it's time for the upgraded pistols. Mid-door smoke, aggressive cap Molotov from Chipper as well. But look at this heavy mid play. A double push up towards Cat. Steel and Toast will be under pressure, but Steel hits a great first headshot, allows his teammate to swing, but now it's a meat grinder, and Toast finds 3 kills of his own. It's all shut down early on. Toast cleans it up, finds that 4th. And I'm honestly surprised at the aggression from sleepers, especially against the pistols. Felt like a little bit of a lack of eco tracking, maybe. But now the rifles are out. The honesty, the AWP of the squad, finally bringing out that scout. Not quite the firepower of that AWP, but still looking to make that impact felt. Spots Chipper going for these crosses, but trying to create confusion. JJ will take a big chunk of damage. But Look at the amount of resources that the sleepers have invested out towards long, and Mavrek aren't necessarily doing anything with it, so there's an opportunity for Mavrek to quickly pivot into this B site, or even maybe towards Catwalk, because two members are essentially tucked towards these long doors. Chip is doing an excellent job of maintaining this mid control as well, not allowing any of the Mavericks to slip through this smoke. As Bernie clears up Catwalk, the rest of the team will follow. See the realization happening in real time for the sleepers. This has been made. Drop has been had. Chipper's going to find the head of Bernie. Dink is on towards Chipper. He's dropped down to 34 HP and is able to retreat in towards this B site. So the mid push is halted for the time being. Mavrek have to be cautious, especially when crossing the CT smoke, because the jig is up. And with 40 seconds, the pressure is going to be on. Honesty's in a little bit of a risky spot, especially crawling up this left side of the B site. But the crossfire's here. Shock is able to find one trade, and it's all on towards Chipper. He has 7 HP, but the bomb has to go down, and it finally gets punched in. Arkham able to lock down the site. Elects to tuck towards Carr, but the duels come out into favor of MZS. I talked about it, that 2700 elo experience reigns supreme, finds 2 kills on the retake, and single-handedly is going to earn a defuse onto this bomb, giving Sleepers their 5th round. And it feels like ever since Mavrek got shut down towards that B site, with MZS on this single round that he's been towards B, on that eco push, the Mavericks have been completely deterred from trying to hit straight out of B tunnels, and that's what I'd realistically like to see. Maybe some mid to B pressure, a mid to B smoke even. Maybe even have a player just sit outside long and pop flashes over late. And realistically try to split the attention of the sleepers. A little bit of an interesting buy coming out for Mavrek. Actually, never mind. As soon as I said that, Galil was picked up from Shock. So it'll be 3 Galils, 2 AK-47s, Bernie Promod and Arkham. Gonna be the 2 players to wield the firepower, and Bernie's gonna be sent out towards long. And this is the one round that the sleepers haven't invested any resources out towards long, so even this corner smoke might be a little bit wasted from the side of Mavrek, but they have to learn to know when to push the pedal to the floor. And that moment's now. Counter smoke gets dropped from MZS. He's looking to create a little bit more control out towards long. Flashbang as well will secure his entry. Oh, look at this angle on top of the car, looking for any over-aggressing Mavrek members. But Arkham sits him down. The push is on. Arkham's leading the charge, but is shut down by the op of Amadeus. He's thinking about a reswing, but Bernie's going to cross into his crosshair instead. Amadeus gets peeked by 2 Mavericks, and he falls. He hits the floor hard. Toast is left in this 1v4, and all he can do is go spraying and hoping that the Mavericks are going to walk into the crosshair, but they do not. It's 2 on the board for Mavrek. And finally, what felt like has been a dry spell out towards A has finally found its reign. Boost play coming out. Honesty is going to be the recipient. AWP recovered as well, so finally, Honesty will have access to that big green. In terms of roles, I will mention we see for the side of Mavrek, we have Arkham at IGL. Bernie Promod is going to be acting as that entry. JJ's in that lurk role. We see Shock, which no surprise to me is going to be in that star rifling role. And Honesty is going to be opping. So a lot of pressure for the most green player on the squad. Wielding that heavy investment, having to know when to get aggressive, and having to be confident in his own shot. And space completely abandoned for the sleepers. It's interesting, though. JJ has to, I feel like, start getting a little bit more proactive on these lurks. You see, even now, no space has been created out towards mid, but Honesty finds that first kill out on towards Amadeus, sitting Goose. Molotov will flush Toast in towards a swing, but Honesty can't find it. Toast is able to evacuate towards ramp, and so that allows Crossfire to be had. MZS is going to be receiving this first bit of contact, and he's sharp as ever, able to connect the shots on towards Arkham Head, but it's 1-for-1 as Toast and JJ exchange lives of their teammates. 2v2 on the dinner plate. Chipper going for a long reposition. And I like this. Honesty has to be prepared for the swing out towards long. JJ not spotting anything towards CT should give a little bit of an inclination. And as Steel swings out towards Plat, the mouse has jumped just a little bit, as Mo says, but Chipper is able to... Wait, Honesty was looking towards Catwalk. The attention split worked. Steel was able to draw all of the attention of Mavrek. And Chipper finally strikes from long. So a little bit of attention division leads to the 6th round for the Sleepers. AKs are recovered all around as well. Op left in the dust as money is rolling for the side of the Sleepers, and what once could have been a Maverick round falls out of their hands. And realistically, that's one of those things that is going to be expected with a new 5 roster, or a new 5-member roster. That trust has to be built up. Oh, yes. Separates the head from the shoulders of Honesty. Says, my stick is bigger than yours. ZS finds a second kill on towards Shock. Looking for the 3rd reswing. Actually gave an audio cue, though. JJ is going to be known. Have to be cautious of this AWP. Flashbang brings over the top, but Bernie falls as well. MZS. 3 kills with that big green, is looking for the reswing. The heat check is in order, but the HEs goes flying. MZS hits the floor. Toast finds 1, and Amadeus finds the last. It's 7 rounds for the Sleepers, and MZS on fire with the AWP. And who knows, maybe MZS is just an op pug demon, but it is all being put on display. Op being left in his hands, 3 AK-47s on the side of the Sleepers, and a tag through the doors for Shock. Looking to take matters into his own hands. Oh no, MZS boosted up towards Catwalk. I don't think this is something they've done all of this half. But you can also see the Mavericks oh so cautious of it. Arkham giving jiggle peeks left and right, trying to jump around the corner. But also look at this timing out towards long. Bernie Pro Mod has found an insane timing. Steel turns to look, but he turns immediately away at the wrong time. So Bernie has a free walk all the way out towards long. And this is where that trust has to be made. You can see the evacuation from B, and the noise has been made. Bernie finds MZS. He has to be prepped for the 2nd player. He finds the shots, but can't connect the kill. He goes for the swing and connects it. That's the A site secured for the Mavericks, but now it's a foot race. The Sleepers are still playing a little bit passive, as it feels like they're cautious of this B play late. But reality has set in. Steel makes his rotation up towards Catwalk. But look at this, the Sleeper's still not convinced, and as Steel goes swinging around, he'll elect to destroy Bernie. But Honesty strikes right back. The rotation's finally in order for the Sleepers, but I'm debating on whether or not they'll even go for this. Money's not an issue, but the value of the AK-47 in and of itself is all that needs to be said. And off of a crazy timing out towards long, Bernie Promod has forced the Sleepers to save. Is being recycled. Last 2 players spotted, but it's the op down as well. Toast farms a little bit of cash late in that round. Feels like Shock wants to go for a little bit of a peek, but was expecting one of these sleeping members to go for a recovery of that big green, but it does not happen. So Scout gets saved. Will not matter though. Shock just throwing it on the floor like it doesn't even exist. And that's because Honesty has that big green. Or in this case, would that be the... What color is it? Red? Pink? The big pink? The big red? Production has informed me that it's pink. I'm red-green colorblind for reference, but Bernie Promod leading this charge out towards long once again. He's been able to do it before, but hasn't been able to necessarily push the pedal at the right moments. Counter utility is being recycled up towards this default position, but Toast getting ready for the flash. Unnecessary though, as that smoke still is deployed. The sleepers have all of B control. There's going to be no facade happening for the side of Mavrek. So they have to get the move going on towards mid, I'd say. They still have to be cautious of this lower B player as well. And it feels like Shock is ready for it. Chipper this duel, and Shock comes out on top. MZS finds Honesty. That's the op duel in favor of the sleepers. But look at all the attention that has been drawn from the side of Shock. The first big boom of ESEA Season 56. But meanwhile, Shock has been able to drag the attention of the sleepers. And now the play is out towards long. Counter utility is in order. Smoke break happens, but no spot. There's this information game for the side of Mavericks, but as the rotations happen back towards this B site, the utility is expended. 30 seconds left on the clock, so the bomb has to be punched in relatively soon. So the double Molotovs get deployed to lock anything out of Catwalk. MZS is creeping up towards elevator. The bomb is punched in. MZS still super cautious of this play. Goes for the jumping off, but no, you are not Keekly, and never mind. He finds the first, whips out the 5-7, and collects a second, and it's all wraps as the sleepers, off the back of an insane shot from MZS, have found 8. I mean, there's nothing really you can do there on the side of Mavrek. I mean, it felt like there was a little bit of crowding going on towards that bomb site. But nonetheless, MZS able to make that AWP worth its money. Mavrek realistically have enough breathing room going into their CT side, but it will all rely on to the pistol round. Looks like a little bit of a B execute. Bernie Promod left to do his thing up towards Catwalk. Has been able to find some great timings and is looking to continue the job. Flashbang not needed out towards Cat. MCS on the aggression is immediately traded by his teammate, actually. Toast finds one on towards Arkham, so the numbers still lean in favor of the sleepers. But look at this play from Bernie Promod. Ever persistent on his slow walks out towards Cat. He's found a timing. Drop happens. Chipper still tucked towards right side CT, but Bernie Promod finds the kill. The reswing from the op out towards B doors is successful. And that's the numbers game still in favor of the sleepers. They still have a player tucked in towards pit, and that's going to be Steel. So if they're not cautious of this late play, then this might spell disaster. Honestly, with the AK-47, hasn't had the best of showings with that rifle. But if there's any time to prove me wrong, it's now. The 2v3 happens, flashbang over the top of Cash, shots don't connect. JJ finds his own, but Honesty couldn't fit the bill. JJ still has to keep his attention aware of this long player, but he's been able to find himself a retreat. But Amadeus with the 5-7 strikes again. It's 9-3 for sleepers as we head into half number 2 of Dust. On the side of Mavrek, I wanted to see a little bit more attempts at some fake plays. We saw Bernie able to create a lot of space on his own, whether it be up through Cat or whether it be up through Long, but it was all off of the back of noise and information being given up towards B. So if they were able to have 2 members do that, the other 2 follow Bernie Promod, maybe we would have seen a different story. But for the side of the sleepers, it's a long play early on. Flashes out, will secure Chipper's entrance. And the bomb is soon to follow. Shock's going to be trying to chirp out some shots. Meanwhile, Chipper is trying to chip down the HP. Honesty goes peeking from Goose, but this might not be the play. A little bit of a overzealous swing But the information has been cut off for the side of the sleepers. A heavy rotation from Mavrek early on as well. As you can see, the walkout happens for MZS. The lurk play is activating, but Arkham shuts it down. Sleepers now have to make a decision. Do you re-execute towards long or try to pivot towards catwalk? But you can see the Mavericks are even in a little bit of indecision themselves. They need to go taking information. But if they don't come out on top of the duel, then it might be the wrong information they find. Amadeus is going to lead this charge out towards long, but Shock, the star rifle of this Maverick squad, only has a pistol to work with. Fake play being prompted out towards B. Shock takes contact, finds one, but hasn't spotted more. He's opted to give it up towards CT, and this is the smart play. He spots all three members and is able to rip the head from Amadeus' shoulders. Toast punching in those numbers. Chipper's able to find the isolated duel, but Bernie Promont has to activate. The 4-3 res isn't helping him either as Toast finds the flank. Chipper's looking to chip away at Honesty, and he finally is able to do so. Seal with 6 HP looking for the rotation through spawn, but he's only chipped down himself. The P250 lets loose, and Steel finds 2 kills on 2 HP. It's 10 rounds, double digits, and an easy pistol round for the side of the sleepers. Aggressive long play for the side of the sleepers once again. MZS looking to lead the charge. That star player able to find 3 kills, makes that MAC-10 worth its money. And MAC-10 still living up to my name, I'd say. That money-making machine. But as round number 15 is going to be on the horizon, we'll see a rifle buy come out for the side of Mavrek. And this is where it all starts. The pistol round didn't go in your favor, so now you have to recover. The pressure's on. The sleepers have MAC-10s, and all of the pressure should lean towards one site. Flashes out towards long, AK-47 on Steel, but he's going to be faced with the Molotov. The toes are tickled, but MZS is still looking to go charging. Flashbang rings out. Counter flash as well for Shock to go gathering information, but he can't stick around too long. We also see a little bit of a split B play, as the sleepers have maintained this mid control. See a little bit of a lurk activation coming from Amadeus, but feels like the sleepers are just trying to be a thorn in the side out towards long. Bomb just kind of meandering in spawn right now, determining on where it wants to go. The duel happens out long. Bernie comes out on top of the AK-47, and Shock collects the MAC-10 of MZS. Honesty's going for his brawl out towards mid and collects Amadeus. So Mavericks, although they're all low HP, are mounting a little bit of a flight plan. Cubby able to find a great kill on towards Honesty. That creates a little bit of an opening, but still, Mavrek have to play as a team. Shot on the corner is going to be taken out by Chipper. By 1, Mavericks are being shot out of the sky. Bernie finds Toast, but the cross is what has to happen for Chipper. He's been spotted. The double peek comes out towards spawn. JJ finds the kill. It's the 4th round on the menu for Mavrek. And this might be the momentum shift that they need. Money in their favor. MZS looks like he wants to buy that big green. Has it in his hands, has the armor on the back. But a tactical timeout ensues. Mavrek had great split presence. Felt like they're a little bit heavy in their rotations, especially on that pistol round, but nonetheless, they've been able to mount this 3rd round recovery. Have to be up against the AK-47 Amadeus. MZS still debating on that AWP. Finally makes the investment, and the call has been made. It's a full investment for the side of the sleepers. And Mavrek have to be expecting this. There's no way they're expecting the sleepers to try and eco Not on this round. But an interesting double play up towards upper B. He's going to be taking this first contact, and he's shut down. Arkham gets the trade, but immediately vacates the space. Exchange of utility goes in favor of Mavrek. MZS is given a free kill out towards Honesty, and a little bit of a questionable swing, if you ask me. Bernie Pro Mod now looking to recover what's left of this space. As Cold over Shock as well to offer assistance. But I like this mid play. They have to be cautious of this suicide player, though, because this op still lingers. MZS is going for spots. MZS goes for the repeak, and MZS is being gifted kills on a silver platter. Two v 4, and the patience of the sleepers is what's gifted them all of these kills one by one. Mavericks have gone hunting. AWP towards mid is shut down. Ghost on 19 HP, though. This retake is doable. Arkham has to find something early, but can't overcommit. He lets the shot sing, but can't find any damage. Heavy barrage of utility out towards window is going to force Arkham back, and realistically, I wouldn't be surprised if we see a save call from the side of Mavrek, and that is exactly what happens. M4's armors and kits, way more valuable than attempting what feels like an unwinnable round. A little bit of utility scooped up for Arkham as well. So a little bit of a padding to the bank account, but match point on the side of the sleepers. And Mavrek have their backs against the wall in their season opener. But as I mentioned, some early struggles should be expected, especially from a new roster. We saw it a little bit on the T side, that there's a little bit of a lack of trust, but that definitely comes with playing more scrims, getting more reps with your team. But on the side of the sleepers, it's been the MZS show. Toast has had some great setups on these defense sites. And even on the T side, was able to take matters into his own hands. Round number 17 is underway. This is the Mavericks' last chance. Trying to mount this defense. Bernie Promod goes swinging around the corner. He's good for one, but MZS immediate with trade. Shock is good for his and narrowly makes it out with his life. A counter exchange of utility is in order, but it won't find a home to anything. Just a little bit of delay out towards long and a missed nade. Catwalk Molotov deployed. Chipper's still looking to create a little bit of space out towards mid. Is going to give the information to his team that mid is completely vacated for the side of Mavrek. And with this mid to B smoke, it's going to actually, never mind. A missed mid to B smoke. Chipper's actually going to take contact up towards Cad, but Honesty is just turned around. He completely tried to run away, and so that's going to force Shock into making a decision he doesn't want to make, and that's fighting out towards long. Steel collects his dog tag, and it's a 2v3. JJ and Arkham left trying to collect what their teammates left. And with that catwalk smoke deployed, and with how close Chipper's playing on it, this retake has to be mounted through long first. And the heads up for JJ to know that is up to him. Steel finds Arkham. It's all on to JJ. Chipper finds the kill. And Sleepers find their opening match. Unfortunately, Mavrek will not. And I mean, I talked about it as that match was underway, but it was all the MZS show. I mean, with the jumping ops, the individual displays, the individual defenses out towards B. But I want to say this. On the side of the Mavericks, these are all, I'd say, experienced players in terms of the divisions that they are in. And it's just a matter of time until they're able to build up that trust, build up that chemistry to really rely on each other and really know that they have each other's backs. And so, unfortunately, Mavrek will not come out on top of their opening duel. And congratulations to the Sleepers, because it was a good showing from them. As I mentioned, MZS doing a lot of the heavy lifting, as well as Toast. But that's not to take away from anything out of the team play. So for us over here on the Blakert_CS channel, that is going to be it. We hope you had a great time, and we will be live again tomorrow for, actually, never mind, not on this channel. We'll be live again on Wednesday for a Mavrek and for a locally hated game. Mavrek, I don't actually remember off the top of my head who they play. double checking. Yapenhagen. I had to do a double take on that name real quick. But nonetheless, we'll be live Wednesday, I believe 7:30 p.m. Central Time. Same time, same place. And without further ado, we will catch you on the flip side.
Damn, that bitch so bad I had to double that. Damn, I've been making money, watch me double that. Yeah, why he talking tough when my gun's automatic? Yeah, he better keep it quiet for this shit get tragic. They know that I'm one-on-one, I'm nothing like the rest. I got guap up in my pockets, watch it stress with rubber bands. You can't find nobody like me, no, not another man. I could put you on a PJ, you get what you want, it's on the man. Damn, I just touched down in London, I got hella pounds on me. Rico and leather, Givenchy, my jeans. If he ain't the murder, this shit ain't no thing. I get this shit poppin' when I walk into the room. Smoking exotic, you tell all the fumes. I got these bitches, they come by the twos. When we hit the club, they gon' give us a whole session. I got hella bitches tryna fuck me in my mansion. I hit that on my phone, I hit you in a minute. That you love me, but girl, what's your intentions? Yeah, I'm feeling on top of the world. Look at my necklace, got Vivian pearls. Baby girl, I'm way too lit, but I ain't seen you in a minute. Damn, that bitch so bad I had to double that. Damn, I've been making money, watch me double that. Yeah, why he talking tough when my gun's automatic? Yeah, he better keep it quiet for this shit get tragic. They know that I'm one-on-one, I'm nothing like the rest. I got guap up in my pockets, watch it stress with rubber bands. You can't find nobody like me, no, not another man. I could put you on a PJ, you get what you want, it's on the man. I got some bitch and I'm making stand right on her toe. All of that talking, little boy, just drop me your low. Blacked out, color and shirt, don't get too close. Walking the store, she gon' get whatever she want. I know he don't got it like me. Just look at my money, got it all times 3. I touch down in Paris, I'm smoking, I'm sweet. Got a lot of little bitch, and I put it on me. They flashing they lights at the show. I'm whipping this road truck, built like a boat. I'm out of this drink, I'm moving too slow. She said that she love me, then I gotta go.
You ain't see what I see. Pull up and I'm causing the scene. Double cup, sipping on. Yeah, I spent sipping codeine. Yeah, my fifth cup green. Yeah, that's money of the week. Making money every day of the week. We ain't rich, not this shit hard to sleep. That's why I be on go. That's why I be on the road. Yeah, 10 up in me for a show.